Sharlene is here to talk to us about how to become an expert authority, to work less and to earn more. Hello, beautiful. Unmute yourself.
Hello, amazing. How are you?
I'm very well. Yourself?
I'm happy as can be. I've just come back from my honeymoon.
I know, you lucky thing. Yeah, it looked like an amazing time over in Fiji.
Oh, I was going to say, Rose, I love your hair.
Here, I cut it myself.
Oh, no, that's amazing. Now you can be a hairdresser on top of everything else you can do.
TikTok things, you put it up on a ponytail on top of your head and then cut it off. I did that. Yeah, I really like it. It's a bit 80s retro.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Thank you. Thank you. So just a little bit about the lovely Sharlene. Sharlene is one of my dearest friends. I have to be absolutely extra nice to her. So Sharlene is the vice president of a social enterprise, Healing Through Love. It's an organisation that provides free pamper days for women impacted by family and domestic violence. After losing her own child to suicide and swallowed alcoholism and hoarding, Sharlene found a powerful transformation in the face of adversity. She is the living embodiment of her SHIFT program. She's an international speaker, a multi-passionate workshop facilitator with 30 years of experience in business coaching and a background in accounting and holistic psychology. Sharlene's MINDSHIFT, the future of mindset, tools and techniques to create a life that thrives in her spare time. She is a belly dancer. She's a newlywed woman, and honestly, she's an amazing human. That she asked recently, post 3 words to describe her, would say effervescent, incomparable, and empathetic.
Oh,
they were my 3 words. Sharlene, it's such a pleasure to have you here. Thank you for agreeing to come on. I know you've only just arrived back home, so please take it away. Tell us how we can become an expert authority to earn more and to work less and to earn more.
I love it. Thank you so much, Rose, for having me. I'm following everything that you're doing, and it's just beautiful to be here. So thank you so much for inviting me. And whether you're watching this live or you can watch the replay, I look forward to taking you on a journey to help you become the expert authority. I will be sharing my screen at some point as well, and taking you through the journey. So interestingly enough, when I became a professional speaker back 2017, is that I needed to find a way to explain my process, what I do, in a way that people could understand so they could have that level of connection. So if you think about it, I'm bringing in accounting, holistic psychology, and everything that I believe and understand about energy and frequency and all of the other fascinating things that I do. How can I bring that and explain the process to people? So I dove into understanding the think wrap system and used that to create my infographics, to create pictorially the story of the journey that I take clients through, of what it is that you need to have to get to where you need to go, and then also the process and the outcomes that you'll receive. So I'd like to walk you through that now, and this will be like a workshop environment so that you can put yourself in the picture here and see how you can put together your own infographic so that you can explain your beautiful service, the thing that you do, how you make a difference in this world, how you can bring that to the public and help you become the expert authority, create your own lane, and obviously work less and earn more. So I'm really going to enjoy this next 45 minutes. And if you've got questions, please type them in the chat. And if you need to know a deeper understanding of this, or you're feeling a level of connection with what I'm taking you through, please reach out to me. You can find me everywhere. Just type in Sharlene Lynch with an S, Sharlene Lynch, and you'll find me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. Contact me through my website. Doesn't matter. Reach out, and I would love to have a 15-minute conversation with you via Zoom, because I'm a face-to-face girl, and we can take you through a process to see whether or not this is a good fit for you. So let me dive in. I'm going to share my screen. Before I do that, you know, I'm speaking here to anyone who makes a difference. And that could be in property, it could be in finance, it could be in medical or health, it could be in any aspect of what it is that you do. It could be in podcasting, whatever it is that you bring to the table. Do you find it challenging to explain what it is that you do, how you do it, and the outcomes that your clients get? Now, if you're saying yes to that, then this next 45 minutes is designed just for you. So let me share my screen and take you through the process. So I'm just coming back to share the screen. That's working perfectly. I'd love to know, Rose, that is working and everyone can actually see the power of visuals. If they can see that, I'd love the thumbs up from Rose so that I know that you can see the power of visuals. I'm going to walk you through this PowerPoint presentation. And please, if you've got questions, type them in the chat, type them in the Facebook chat, and we will get back to you if we can't answer them live. But Rose is also watching that as well.
Yep,
Can
I can hear you perfectly. I can see you perfectly. Everything's all good.
Oh, Rose, that's one of my favorite words. Perfect. Thank you. Okay, so we are bombarded with information. Like seriously bombarded. If you think about it, for those of you who've lived long enough, 1986, we had the equivalent to 40 newspapers per day. That's a lot of newspapers, especially if you have a challenge just reading one. And then by 2007, we were bombarded with the equivalent to 174 newspapers per day. That's a lot of information. And that's not where we are now. We are at completely the next level. This is increasing exponentially. And now, on a daily basis, humans are bombarded with 74 gigabytes of information, and that's equivalent to 16 movies a day. So you can see that is overload. No wonder so many people are saying, I'm feeling overwhelmed. So whether they're visual, whether they're kinesthetic, whether they're auditory, it doesn't matter. That's still a lot of information to get through. So we need to create the cut through. We need to be seen as an expert authority in our own lane. And if you can create your own lane, and so then it's easier to become an expert authority. So I'll give you an example. For 30 years, I've been a mindset coach. It's a very busy lane, because every man and his dog is a mindset coach. If you're in finance, you're a mindset coach. If you're in property, you're a mindset coach. If you're in podcasting, you're a mindset coach. If you're in health, you're a mindset coach. If you're in physical wellness, you're in a mindset coach. Like, everybody's a mindset coach. So it was a very, very noisy place to be. So then I became a mind shift coach. Ooh, same thing, same, but different. Because this is what I believe. I believe that our mind is not set. It's malleable. We can change it. We can move. We can shift. So let's stop using language that supports us not moving by calling it mindset. It's mind shift. And my mission is to get everyone to use the shift word everywhere and refer to mindset as mind shift. Then I know my job on this planet is done. So we need to create the cut through, and you can create that by creating your own lane and being your own expert authority in your own lane. I am the mind shift expert. It's me and me and me. If you Google Sharlene Lynch, you'll see I turn up on several pages of Google. And that's because I've got my own lane. So we need to create the cut through. And how we're going to do that is by looking how the humans process with their brain. Now, we've got two systems, and this is written in the book by Daniel, which is called Thinking Fast and Slow. And we've got two systems that we think. So system number one and system number two. So let's dive into each of those systems so we have a better understanding of how they work. So system number one is the fast system, And this is instant recognition. Now have a look at this, the stop sign. You don't have to process the stop sign. It is instant recognition. You know to put your foot on the brake straight away. You know that it's quick and efficient. Yes. You also know there's no effort required. Look, literally, there is no going through the reticular activating system to filter it. It's just instant impact. Yeah. And there's a snap judgment. It's instant. Yeah. So that's system one. And this is designed from a visual perspective. So system number two, the slow system. Now we need both systems. Yes. And if we're trying to reach out to our clients through the slow system, they'll lose interest. You won't be able to get their attention, keep their attention, and get them to take action. Yeah. So this is the slow system. So 27 times 36. Now, any maths geniuses, don't put the answer there, but you'll see that it's not an automatic answer, unless, of course, you're a maths genius. I'm not. It's slow and it's cumbersome. it's internal, it takes deliberate effort, and it's required for complex problems. But here's the challenge is we try and get the attention of our audience using the slow system. You don't want your audience to have to think. You need to use system 1 to get their attention. 50% of our brain, whether you're visual or auditory or kinesthetic, 50% of our brain as a human is dedicated to visual. 50%, that's a lot. So that's the system that we need to use that's going to connect to system 1 to get people's attention. That's what we need to do. That instantly, we need to see that this is saying something to you straight away, just seeing the signal. So we instantly respond. So we need to use system 1 to get their attention. Once we've got their attention, now we can take them deeper with our system 2, which is a much more complex explanation of what it is that we do. So we're going to talk about the picture superiority effects. And this is really important because not only do we need to get people's attention, but, you know, if you want to use marketing efficiently, you want people to be able to understand what it is that you do and talk about it with other people and become your advocate, even after seeing you once, even after just seeing you once. And if you can do that, if you can create visuals and create language that is going to make you stand out as an expert authority in your own lane, people are going to lean in, reach in, and they're going to be talking about you to other people around. And so this is where people go viral. This is where people go viral. So this is what we need to have a look at, the picture superiority effect. Now, this is how people's memory works. In the space of after 3 days, if they've seen text or audio, 10%. So yes, I love a podcast. Yes, and if you're not taking screenshots or if you're not writing things down, if you're not committing them to memory, there's less of a chance of people to take action and think about and process what's happening on your podcast. That's why video podcasts are even better. So text or audio, only 10% after 3 days. That's all they're going to remember. Yes, and with visual plus text, 65% of what you say, what you share is going to be memorable for people after 3 days. In that 3 days, think about how many people they've seen, how many people they've communicated with, and how they can then use your information to share that with other people. And this is why using your name is really important on everything. You're looking for a logo, it is better to have your logo as your name. If you're having a website, it's better to have your website as your name. So you can reduce the points of contact and have everything come to one place. So if you've got a podcast, if you've got a business, if you've got a physical practice, if you've got a process that you do, if all of it can fit in underneath your name, that's the one point of contact. So I do more than one thing as a multi-passionate entrepreneur. As Rose has mentioned, not only am I the Vice President of Healing Through Love, but I also, we run a podcast in that space. I'm also a podcast guest for my speaking and also for my business coaching as well. So, and belly dancing when I'm not doing everything else. So there's lots of things, but everything still fits underneath Sharlene Lynch. Yeah, because that's what becomes memorable. And that's why my logo is just my name in my pretty font that I use with my pretty colors that I love. Okay, so let's move forward and we can tick the box here. Okay, are you getting the results that you want? Are you meeting people at networking events and they're remembering what you do? Are you putting posts up and somewhere down the track, people are contacting you? They say, I've been following you for years. They haven't even put a message or a like or anything on your Facebook or your Instagram or your LinkedIn, but there they are. And they tell you they've been following you for years. So is your branding memorable? Is everything that you're putting out to the world congruent? Is it in your brand? Does it scream you? And yeah, Rose is right. I put on my Facebook today, 3 words to describe me. And this is a branding exercise so that you can actually see what people are saying about you and see whether or not that's congruent to the brand message that you want to share. So, and I'm loving the feedback. Thank you, humans. It's just beautiful. I'm loving it. I cried at one of them already this morning. Thank you. So are you getting the results that you want? Are you the expert authority in your own lane? Are you the go-to person? Are people reaching out for you for speaking? Are they reaching out for you for business summits? Are they reaching out to you rather than you having to reach out to them? If that's the case, then you know that you're ticking the box. So I'll give you an example. On my vision board last year, it was last year, the year before, I wrote, do a TED talk. Yeah, I didn't reach out to them they reached out to me in an email and asked me. So you know that your brand is on message when you are getting people reaching out to you to work with you and move forward. So answer this in the chat or just answer it internally. Are you getting the results that you want? Are you living the life you want to live? Are you working less and earning more? Are you getting the recognition you need? Are you changing the lives of people that you want to change? Is this where you are right now? So I want to ask you a little bit about how you deliver your service. So this is about service delivery. So is your service delivery, is it bespoke? Is it like you do it for one person, one client, and then when you see the next client, you've got to do it a little bit differently? Is the system that you use very unique? And say, for instance, you've got a half a dozen different healing modalities. You use a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this. So when you see each client, the healing process is very bespoke. Are you in property and the system that you use, depending on the finances of the person, their availability, all of those things, do you use a different system, a different process to work with them than you work with somebody else? So is what you're doing very bespoke? Are you an intuitive hairdresser and you don't use any particular system, you just intuitively know what it is that you need to do? Like, what is it you're delivering, and is it bespoke? Because this is what happens when it's a little bespoke, is that when you go to explain what it is that you do, you start off at A and you run round and round in circles, and by the time you've got to B, you can see their eyes are a little glazed over because you've totally lost them. You've totally lost them. So are you offering bespoke solutions to the problem? And if that's the case, this is what I found. So I was offering bespoke solutions in my business coaching, and I found that, yeah, great, I was booked out, but I was exhausted. I had no white space in my calendar, and yeah, I was earning an income, but I was always working. I was a slave to my calendar, a slave to my phone, a slave to my emails, and I was exhausted, and I was just reaching that point of burnout. So I can tell you that when we shift from a bespoke solution, you can scale. You can earn more income, and you can build passive income as well. So where are you? Are you offering a bespoke system? Now, if you've got a proven system, fantastic, that's great. Yes, and there's another layer to this. So a proven system is that you use 5 steps to do this process. You have a unique method with your marketing funnel, and that works, and that gets you this number of people in front of you. And then from that, you move them into a community. And then from that, you might move them into working one-on-one or into a group program. So lots of different things, but are you working with a proven system? Let's dive into this even deeper. So you'll know where you are on this service delivery. So this is what a proven system would look like. Yeah. Is that it goes step by step by step by step. Yeah. I love it. Now, so you know that you've got a proven system when you're getting the results that you need and you are working less and earning more. Yes, and what are the audience saying about you? What do they say about you? What do they say about working with you? So if they're not saying a lot, the answer is down this end of the spectrum, which is no. You go, what do you do? And you go, blah, 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 blah. And again, the glazed look on their eyes, like they really don't know what it is that you do. They're sort of a little bit lost. As if you're laughing right now, I know that I was laughing when I first heard this in 2017, because that I would explain to people how I take them through an energy shift and help them manifest. And, people would just like, what are you talking about? Is this woman from planet Earth? Yes, and now it's much more, it's a language now that most people use. Well, a lot of people use. Yeah, and back in 2017, people would just had their eyes glazed over. So when you go to do a proposal to explain what it is that you do, say, for instance, there's a joint venture on the table and you've got an opportunity to work with somebody to take your business to the next level. Are you in a position to, like that, do a proposal? Or do you get into proposal panic where you've got to like dive in deep and really work on this to come up with something to propose? So using this system, you end up with a beautiful proposal that you can either do electronically, like send it to someone, or you can actually walk them through on a call as well. So have you ever had proposal panic when you've been given an opportunity to do something and now you've got to write a proposal and you just don't even know where to start? The other thing is pitch fail. Like, have you ever been either in a networking situation or you've been confronted with someone who is like your perfect avatar, and it's time to actually do the pitch and tell them what it is that you do? I love this picture because this is sometimes what it used to feel like for me when I was pitching my business. I felt like I was talking to teddy bears. So if you find that your pitch fails, that it doesn't land, you know, the words might be right, but it's not delivering. And that is because we do need to reach back into system one and use those visuals when we're doing a pitch. Because the bottom line is people are not listening to you, they're watching you. So whether it is your body language or the visuals that you're putting up on the screen, that's what people are remembering. Remember, 65% after 3 days. So where are you on this, your audience response? Are they like, I don't know, or are they a hell yes? Yeah. So where are you? So let's have a look at this. You know, when you've got a system where people know what it is that you say, how you say it, what you do with it, everything else in between, and they're your greatest advocate and they tell other people and people contact you and you start working with them, you don't even know them. They're someone who met someone who met someone and they've been able to explain what it is that you do. So how do you want audiences to respond to working with you? So where are you on this? If you've got a bespoke business and you're dealing with each customer one by one, and you really don't have audiences going, yeah, I know what you do and I can explain it, you are at high risk, You're at high risk. And that's because you're going day by day. You cannot forecast the income that you're going to be making. You are not in a position to take holidays. It's a real challenge. Yeah, you're definitely at a high risk. Now, I've been there. I found it really, really stressful to be in this situation, that every sale I made, every person I took on as a business coach, I had to try really hard to get them into my proximity because I had to explain so much about what it is that I do and how that I do it. Yeah. All right. So if you've got a proven system and it's dinky die, it's fantastic, but your audience cannot explain it, you are a hidden gem. Like you're golden. Yeah. Yes. And we still need to get you in front of other people. They need to have a language and visuals to understand what it is that you do and how you serve the world. And then you will have people advocating what it is that you do. So are you a hidden gem? Are you like a little treasure box of gold and you're just waiting to explode? The next one here is, have you got a bespoke situation? So a bespoke offering. Yes. And you can explain it to other people, but then what happens is you get what we call a bottleneck. And that is you've got more clients that want to work with you, but you haven't got a system in place to work with them. So this is where I was at one point in time, lots and lots of clients, yes, and no system to follow up, no system to get them to the next level, no system so that they can explain what I do so that they can actually help me grow and expand my brand. Yeah. So are you in a bottleneck? Like, this is what happens. There's no sleep and you are preoccupied 9/10 of the time. Okay. This is what it feels like. It feels like 8 plates all at the same time. So I think we had someone at the Fringe doing this recently. And does this what it feels like, that you're having to take care of every aspect of your business? Because when you can explain your business well to the people that you bring on as staff and people that you bring on as contractors, it changes everything because they are now on the same page as you. There's less correspondence with them. They can pick it up. They can literally pick up your brand and move forward with it. So it's really important, especially if you're looking at expanding your business and going to the next level. So you're also a key person risk as well. So if something happens to you, what happens to the business? It's not like you can sell the business. It's not like you can franchise the business. It's not like you can step away. So this is no holidays. This is definitely working more and definitely not earning more. So this is where you want to be. You want to be at massive impact. This is where you're using a system. It's a proven system. It's easy for people to understand what it is that you do. And it's not bespoke. It's the same process over and over again. So now I've been using this since 2017. And what I notice is now when I work with clients, it's with ease and grace. I know what the next step is. I know 10 steps ahead of where they are, so I can preempt them to be ready for the next thing. It's a better experience for my clients. They get a better outcome. So I just know that this works, not just for me, but also my clients that I've worked with to create these systems for them. They're in their own power. They're living the life that they dreamed they would be living, and they're stepping up to the next level. So my heart and soul, I love this process. And if any of this is resonating with you, yeah, reach out. I'd love to have a conversation. All right. So this is a great example. Anna Osherov, some of you actually know her. She used this system and she was given 5 minutes. So she was asked if she could donate a product for an event. Yeah, and this is a really great way to get extra leverage. So she donated a product for that event, and in return, she was given 5 minutes to talk about what it is that she does. So she talks about getting bums on seats. So in 5 minutes, she used her slides and talked about her process, and she had 50% of the room converted in 5 minutes. That's powerful, absolutely powerful. Or here's Liz. She picked up a $55,000 coaching program like that because it was easy for her to explain exactly what it is that she does and how she does it and the outcomes the clients are getting. And it just takes you to that next level of professionalism, and it's really on brand. Or here, Katie, and probably some of you even know her, she was already doing amazing things. Her business was turning well over $300,000, and she did in less than 15 months, she turned over $1 million using the same system. So if you're either just starting to get clarity on what it is that you're doing, or if you're further down the track, this process, this system is definitely for you. I love it. Okay, it is an award-winning system. We've won stacks of awards using this system, and I love it. So I layer on top of the Think Wrap process, the Align process, which is all in about energy, having a look at your thought processes, seeing where your resistances are, helping you with flow, helping you with ease and grace, and all of the energetic work that happens behind getting your nervous system on board with being a millionaire, basically. So I help you with that to help you transition forward. You know, whatever stories you've got sitting there that are stopping you moving forward, we rewrite those as well. So I've taken the Think Wrap system and I've laid on top of that everything that I know about the shift process, getting you from where you are to where you want to be. And it's dynamic. It's called the Align process. I love it. I love going to work every day and chatting to my clients. They're amazing humans and they're doing amazing things. Okay, so this takes you from loss of sleep and thinking everything in your brain to unpacking it and really laying it out so that we can see everything, and then we put it together. Now, this is where my particular skill sets come into play. I'm dyslexic, totally dyslexic, and Rose is probably laughing in the background there because she knows better than anyone when I do any work for Healing Through Love, the outcomes of some of the texts that I put together definitely need to be worked on. And that's okay. I fully embrace the fact that I'm dyslexic. Yes, and one thing about being dyslexic is when you speak, I see pictures. That's how it works. So when you talk to me, I see the formulas come together. When you speak, I see patterns come together. When I read, the same thing happens. So we take all of this amazing stuff that's inside of your brain, we lay it out, and then together we work on putting the package together, putting the process together. And it feels so intuitive. It feels so aligned. You feel like you're totally on purpose. It really is next level. I love it. It's amazing. And because I've done it so many times, I can see 10 steps ahead and I can see where the resistance points are and help you get in the right direction. And I can also tell when your stories come up, and I'll call you on them as well, just saying. All right, so when we put processes together, sometimes people try and stick everything in the same space. So this is a little bit of an overreach. Nectarines, peaches, Indonesia, 76%, and yes, and you have definitely seen infographics that shove everything in the same space. That's not how the human brain works. We need to break it down. You need four infographics. You need 4 models to explain what it is that you do. So let me just quickly run you through those so you can see. You need 4. You cannot do it in one. It won't work. It won't work. It might work for you, but it won't work for your clients. They need it in a story. They need it in a pattern. They need it in a process. They need it in a sequence. That's really important for them to understand, because this is using system 1. This is using their fast system. And then once we've got their attention, once we've got their interest, now we can take them through the beautiful journey to the next level. So don't try and stick it all in one. And, you know, I know that when I created my first infographic, it pretty much looked similar to that. It was pretty shoddy. This damages your brand. Your infographics need to be on brand, on cue. They need to be professional. I used to have a go at trying to put them together in PowerPoint, and they just looked like everybody else's. So you do need to take them to the next level. So this is the wrap process. So this is what it looks like. We need to be able to explain the clients the journey that they go on. The reason why is they can self-identify where they are on your journey. Now, this is really, really important from a marketing perspective, because if they can see that they're in the early part of your journey, they will see, okay, I'm not quite ready to work with you, but this is what you offer. And they will know about that, and they'll be able to vocalize it. Now, that's powerful, because even if they're not ready to work with you, they will tell other people about what it is that you offer, how you offer it, and they will not only self-identify, they'll identify other people and the journey that they're on. That's how powerful this results is. These are the results. This is like the journey that the client goes on. So just like I showed you before with the matrix, you could self-identify where you fit into that process. You can self-identify, and now you know, and now I know where you are on that. Now, the great thing about that is, really, we spend a lot of time, effort, and energy in marketing, and we need to have a way to get people to connect with us before they're ready. Hands up if you've ever gone, you've met someone or you've known them for a little while, and then you pitch them a little bit. They go, oh, bugger, that's exactly what I needed a year ago. Oh, bugger, that's what I needed 6 weeks ago. But when they understand the journey that you take people on, they like, okay, I'm not ready yet, but I will be ready soon. And this is why, it makes it easier for you to pick up clients and expand and move forward, because they know where they are on the journey. So the results is all about the journey. And these are some examples of the journey. I love this one. So this one here, you can see, as she's talking about childlike, adolescent, adulting, mature, direct. You can also see the dollars on the side there, and you can also see time as well. So this is where you can use infographics to explain things that don't need to be explained. It also makes it easier for you to pitch as well. I love this one. This is Sally's. So this is Get Out There Marketing. So she worked with SeaWorld, and she helped them overcome a huge hurdle and become the SeaWorld that they are today. And when she's not a marketer, she literally puts a backpack on and goes for walks up hills and kayaks and does everything outdoors. So this is really on brand for her story and what she does. I love it. This one here, Podium. So this is a journey, new beginnings, rewards, disapproving evaluation, fixing the leaks, and increase the value. So people can see where they are on the journey. This is about relationships. Now, this is a different style of infographic, and this is really if things can shift and change, you need to use this type of infographic. So this is about relationships. If they're broken, they're shifting, they're healing. But when they're healing, sometimes they go back to shifting, or once they're healing, they might move into consciousness. But you know what? Then another layer of the onion comes off and you're back to healing. So I know that if you're smiling right now, you know what I'm talking about. So this is in and around relationships. This is one of my favorite human beings on the planet. I work with her. She, and as now my attorney, my trademark attorney, love this woman. And if you want her details, please reach out. She is beyond amazing. So this is about losing everything, stressful nightmare, skating on thin ice. And then, you can have coverage, but it can be leaky. And then you can literally lose everything and have to change directions and start from scratch. So she works with creating lasting legacies. I love the work that she does. Okay, and then this one here, another graphic that you can see where clients can decide where they are in the process. But this is the journey that's very, very important for people to understand. And this is another one as well. In the matrix, matrices are generally business to business. So if you're business to client, you'll use one of the others. These guys Modus are quite complex in what it is that they offer, and they've got many, many sections, but this still very easily explains what it is that they do and how they help people. And again, another graphic. Okay, so the next one, the second one that you need to have is the answers. Now, these are the pieces of the puzzle. These are the things that people need to be able to get the outcomes that they're looking for. So there's Sally's, so the backpack with all the key elements that somebody needs. This one here, so you can see key elements, they're all equal, they're all the same, using again the infographics to explain that. I love this. Kathy's This is the umbrella. So umbrella is for full coverage of what it is that you do. And Dixie works with the companies in regards to Indigenous people and integrating that into what it is that you're doing. So everything she does is beautiful, beautiful artwork. I love her brand. And this is the care model, thought differently from that perspective. Okay, and then Modus, I love Modus because they've got two different aspects. They've got performance and strategy. And then when they put the two of them together, it's not going to do it, but that's okay. But you can see all different sections of that. This one here is a different approach to changing needs. And so the dial goes backwards and forwards as you actually explain it. So all of these, when they're shown correctly, they're all moving parts. So they all create a video individually, but I'm just whizzing through because we've only got 10 minutes to go and I've got a few things to cover off. Now, the next one is the process. Now, this is where most businesses, most entrepreneurs get it wrong, is that when they talk to people, they just talk about the process. And it is seriously to your clients, it's blah, blah bushes. They just do not understand because you haven't actually, look, it's like going straight to third base on a first date. Really, that's what it's like. You really need to take someone through the journey, explain what it is they need to get what they need, and then take them through the process. Yeah, it's really important. So process is a linear. Here we go. A linear process explains step by step what it is that you need to do. Step by step. This is good. I love Stella. So they work with businesses that want to work with charities and charities that want to work with businesses and put the two of them together. They're great. So I've got Dixie's as well. So all little footprints. I love it. And this is the steps. These are like the stepping stones that you need to take to get to the other level. And again, totally on brand with what it is that she's talking about. Because a picture paints 1,000 words, remember that. And then the last one that we need to have a look at is the target. So these are the outcomes that clients are looking for. This is the end result they're looking for. When we do everything, we need to think from an outcome basis. And in order to really have a great understanding of the outcomes that you're supplying, you have to have an in-depth, very personal, very integrated understanding of your audience and your avatar. So if you haven't dived in deep to understanding your audience, your avatar, seriously, that's where you need to start the journey. And I know that when I first started this, I thought I had a pretty good understanding of who my audience and my avatar was. Yes, and when I really dove in deep to this, I saw it needed to be expanded. So I'll give you an example. It was a 2-page document. When I finished it, it was a 10-page document. So it really did give me a much broader understanding of really an integrated understanding of what my clients' challenges are, what their needs are, what outcomes they're looking for. That helps me speak the language specifically to my audience. So then in your messaging and your content, you're speaking directly to them and they know that you can help them move forward. So all of my audiences, they absolutely positively want lifestyle. They want lifestyle. They definitely want to work less. They're past the point of wanting to work, I want to be fully booked. That's so yesterday for them. That's not where they want to be. They want more time. They want more money. They want more leverage. They want to leave a legacy. They quite often, clients I work with are at that point where they're thinking about perhaps maybe I want to on-sell this business. Perhaps maybe I want to create a franchise. So they're looking at the next level of what that could look like. So this is the target model. And this needs to be really 3 areas or less. Humans think in threes. It's how we think, and we think in odd numbers. So we want to see what we can do about minimizing the targets. Look, I've done a little study on this, and we tried with 7 outcomes, and people just got lost after the 3rd one. So we know that it really needs to be down to 3. So this is what it looks like. Now, this is Sally's, and I love it because in her first journey, you can see the flag in the distance up on top of the hill. So, and as you go through the journey with Sally, we can get out their marketing, is that this is the thing that you're looking for. You're looking for more visitors. SeaWorld were looking for more visitors. They were looking for more time and more energy. Their staff were exhausted. They needed better, simpler ways to actually make marketing work for them that wasn't costing them so much money, but was getting the outcomes, and the outcomes were revenue targets. They needed to meet the revenue targets. I love it. I particularly love that one. Okay, so this one here is the benefits: money, time, impact. You can see they're in a group of 3. And it's all very on brand. I love this, Dixie's, and still that beautiful visualization. And so this is the think wrap process. So we have all wrapped up. This is the process. So the results need to be emotional. The target needs to be emotional. We are energy and motion. We are emotional beings. This is what we do. We don't do anything. We don't make any decisions until it feels like it's the right thing. You date the person that you're dating because it feels good. You make decisions on what you're wearing because of the way it makes you feel. Yeah. So we need to start and end the process, sandwich the process with emotion. And for all of you very rational brains out there, yep, you still need to start with emotion, because that's how humans connect. We connect with emotion. So the results need to be an emotion. That needs to be an emotional journey to take them through. The target needs to be an emotional journey. And the rational brain kicks in with the answers and the process in the middle. This is the why. And we know, I love it, Simon Sinek does, start with why. You need to start with the why. You need to start with your why. My why is to raise the frequency of this planet. And it's working. Last I heard, we're up to 34. We just have a little bit more to go. So, raising the frequency of the planet. And I know that I cannot do this by myself. I'm only one human, but I can work with other practitioners to help them be more amazing at what they do. And in turn, they help thousands and thousands of other people. And together we're raising the frequency of the planet. So start with your why. Start with your client's why. This is the why. You really need to dive into the why. This is the what. This is what they need to get to where they need to go. And this is the how. And again, I'm going to reiterate that many people, when they talk to their clients, they just talk about their process. But boom, you absolutely positively need to have both to make it work. You need to have all of these aspects. You need to have the why, you need to have the what, and you need to have the how. And when you wrap all of these together, it takes you to the next level. I love it. I'm just going to go through a couple more slides and then I'll finish, Rose, opportunities to ask questions. These are some of the businesses that we've worked with to help them get to where they need to go. Too many to mention. Actually, it would go on for like 10 pages, so I won't go through it all. But these are the companies, some of the companies we've worked with to really create an impact. I'm going to stop there because that really goes into the deepest part of what it is that we do. If we've piqued your interest, if you've learned something today, go ahead and really dive into how you can break down what you do into those 4 sections. And if you need some assistance, please reach out. Happy to have a free 15-minute conversation with you. And if your vision is to make a difference, you're a person that we want to work with. Absolutely, for sure. Hi, Rose. How are you?
Hi, darling. That was absolutely amazing. Loved it. I'm going to rewatch it because I have one of the slides for my Opal system for my podcast training. But I just need the other 3, and you've given me lots of ideas now.
Oh, I love it. And that's what we're here for today. With the Global Business Summit here, with the talking to the experts, this is about us bringing to the table our beautiful ideas and sharing them freely. At the VIP price, but sharing them at a fraction of the cost as you'd pay to actually work with us, so that you can get a learning, and so you can also have a little taste of what it is that we offer and to see if it's a good fit for you as well. But I love sharing this. It's made such an impact in my business, in my finances, and in my clients' businesses that I know this is the way to do it. And being a very strong visual person, and with the challenges that I have with dyslexia, just really breaking things down to make them visual has made all the difference in my learning and my understanding and my ability to now move forward and make a difference, Rose.
Yes, you always make a difference anyway. It doesn't matter what you do. But just a little bit about our Healing Through Love podcast, which is available on all good podcasting platforms. We discuss with business owners and domestic and family violence survivors ways that we can all move forward. Charlie and I are both survivors of DV, and so we know what the challenges are to move forward after dealing with traumatic experiences. And so, podcast discusses with, as I said, business owners, survivors, how we can all move forward, and some tips and tricks and just some strategies that and Sharlene is the perfect host. I just do all the background stuff. So I usually do for our pamper days. Sharlene is the face of our pamper days, and I just sit back and do all the stuff and make sure that everything runs smoothly behind the scenes. But Healing Through Love is started in 2015, and Sharlene was one of the founding members. And about 3 years later, after it was formed, and we've been going strong ever since. Absolutely love it.
That's so true. And it's just beautiful that we can work together so closely, because Rose, you're one of my favorite humans. And I love that we've got a project that are both very passionate about and that we can work together on.
Yeah, and also Healing Through Love has now moved and is aligned with Global Glamping Charities, and we now have a coffee product that you can purchase through our fundraising efforts, and it's actually branded with the Healing Through Love logo. So yeah, you can just go over to globalglamping.org and go and find the fundraising tab and purchase coffee through us. It's freshly roasted here in Australia. It's lovely coffee beans, and Sharlene's a tea drinker, so she doesn't know, but the coffee is absolutely amazing. I absolutely love it. And yeah, so head over there. Sharlene, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for coming and joining me today. I've absolutely enjoyed your presentation immensely, and congratulations on the nuptials. And I will talk to you again really, really soon. Bye
Bless
for
you.
now. See ya.